When Trump announced his massive across-the-board tariffs, he had a big old cardboard chart to show it, very modern of him. He called it Liberation Day. It actually led to a stock market crash. Now, that Liberation Day announcement was on April 2nd of last year. And Trump's financial disclosures show that he made 327 stock purchases 6 days later, on April 8th, while the stock market was down. We literally, again, haven't had enough time to go through all of those purchases yet, but these trades vary in size from the $1 to $15,000 range all the way up to the $100,000 to $250,000 range. It's a ton of stock. So he makes those purchases on April 8th. The next morning, just after the market opened, he told his followers on Truth Social, quote, "This is a great time to buy," in all caps, obviously. Now, hours later, he paused his tariffs and the stock market had a historic rally. So historic, in fact, it represented the biggest single-day gain in the history of the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. To put it simply, it appears an official act by Trump cratered the stock market. Trump then bought the dip and then used another official act to bring the price of the market back up. Now, Trump, of course, insists that all his stock transactions are handled by his 2 adult sons without his involvement or knowledge of the individual trades carried out on his behalf. And when asked about the timing of these specific trades, the White House told us tonight that, quote, "President Trump only acts in the best interest of the American public, saying there are no conflicts of interest." Okay. The White House also directed us to the Trump Organization. We've reached out to them, but have not yet heard back. Now, I should note that last year, Trump was trading lots of stock all the time. But the timing here is suspicious, to say the least. And it's not a one-off. I mean, as the New York Times reported, on July 23rd of last year, Trump purchased somewhere between $1 to $5 million of stock from each of the following companies: Broadcom, Meta, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. All companies focused on profits from AI markets. That same day, the Trump administration unveiled its Artificial Intelligence Action Plan, in which the White House expressed a desire to deregulate the industry. So Trump stood to profit from the policy he himself created. And sure enough, according to the Times, prices for 4 of the 6 stocks have since increased, with Apple and Broadcom surging more than 30%. And so today, while Trump was getting on the inaugural flight of the new $400 million Air Force One jet that he received as a gift again from the Qatari government, reporters asked him, of course they did, about all of the money his financial disclosures show he has made since he retook office. And here was what he had to say.
To critics who say you're profiting off the presidency, Mr.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting.
Is that it? Is the stock market going up the only reason you made so much money? Certainly doesn't seem like it. Now, whether or not you believe that all of Trump's incredibly well-timed stock trades last year were just coincidence, they're actually just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the money Trump made last year. Because of the more than $2 billion Trump reported having made last year, more than half of that was from various cryptocurrency ventures. About $636 million of that came from Trump's meme coin, the cryptocurrency he launched just a few days before his inauguration. Now, another $799 million came from the Trump family cryptocurrency company, World Liberty Financial. Now, is everybody profiting on that front? Not exactly. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Last month, Reuters crunched the numbers, and they found that across Trump's various cryptocurrency ventures, the Trump family overall appears to have made $2.3 billion. Well, and here's the key part, other investors appear to have lost $2.3 billion. That's as of April of this year. And while the Trump family and Trump's meme coin company did not respond to Reuters' request for comment, the Trump family cryptocurrency company, World Liberty Financial, did, saying just that it does not validate third-party methodologies for valuing governance tokens or estimating aggregate investor positions, which is a hell of a way of saying no comment. Now think about that for a second. The bulk of Trump's windfall last year came from cryptocurrency, which, at least according to the math done by Reuters, appears to have cost investors as much in losses as the Trump family has made in gains. That is quite the business model. And as bad as it is on its face, and it's quite bad, where Trump's crypto profits get truly sketchy is where they intersect with his role as president. Earlier this year, the New York Times reported that just days before Trump's inauguration, an investment firm tied to the UAE bought a 49% stake in the Trump family cryptocurrency company for $500 million. And the Times reported that Trump's adult son, Eric, signed the agreement. Can we just get a shot back of Trump on the tarmac this morning, up again, just up on the screen? Just want to show you something. Now, if you look over Trump's shoulder there, you can see Eric, Trump. There he is this morning. The person who has the supposed firewall between Trump the business and Trump the president. There he is this morning, getting ready to fly on Air Force One with his dad. He even had a seat reserved for him. How nice. There it is, with his little card. I should note that Eric maintains that he has nothing to do with any of his father's official acts as president, and that there are no conflicts of interest. They all say that. Now, a few months after the firm tied to the UAE reportedly bought a 49% stake in the Trump family cryptocurrency company, in May the company announced that an Emirati sheikh was depositing $2 billion into the Trump family cryptocurrency. 2 weeks after that announcement, the White House agreed to let the UAE access hundreds of thousands of the world's most advanced and scarce computer chips, despite national security concerns for doing so. Now, representatives from the White House and the Trump family cryptocurrency both deny any connection between the computer chip deal and the $2 billion deal. They also both deny any connection between the computer chip deal and the $500 million purchase of 49% of the company. As the White House counsel told the Times, quote, President Trump performs his constitutional duties in an ethically sound manner, and to suggest otherwise is either ill-informed or malicious. I will let you make of that particular comment whatever you will. But the bottom line is this. Trump made at least $2 billion last year. He wants you to think that that is just because he is a great businessman, because he is guiding the country so well that everyone is simply getting rich. And if you believe that, I've got a $400 million plane to sell you.